Hello, the Pioneer viewers. The Russian-Ukraine war remains on our agenda, and we continue to report to the war to you. The front line seems to be quite active in recent days. Both the Russian army and the Ukrainian army continues their mutual attacks. Ukrainian defense is showing a successful resistance against Russian attacks. Ukrainian attacks cannot be prevented by Russia. The Russian army has major deficiencies in defense. In war conditions, both attacks and defense require certain strategies. Attacking may seem easier than defending, but when things get more complicated, both become very difficult tasks. The difficult part of the defense is securing large areas against the possible enemy threats. The larger the area that we defend, the more difficult it is to strengthen the defense. The use of unmanned aerial vehicles for the offensive purposes, with the impact of developing technology, has become another factor complicating defense operations. Russia's invasion attempt against Ukraine is approaching its second year. While the war has been going on for nearly 2 years, clashes are intensifying in the areas that have become chronic. The sides are unable to make mutual progress, but the fighting continues unabated. The success of the Ukrainian army, its counterattacks in recent days, has led to the beginning of the anxious days for Russia. Several critical Russian positions have been hit by the Ukrainian army's drones and artillery attacks. While Ukraine's main strategy is focused on Crimea, the emerging information confirmed critical information about the Ukraine's attack capacity. The attack range of the Ukrainian army, which has become a frequently discussed topic in recent days, has caused a frightening perception for Russia. The attack range of the Ukrainian army has become capable of reaching into Russia. As such, worried days have begun in Moscow. In addition, the news of new support was another development that has scared Moscow. Now, if you're ready, let's examine the latest developments together. As the Pioneer, we continue to report on Russia-Ukraine war. Don't forget to subscribe to our channel and turn on notifications so that you don't miss our daily map reports and reports on the agenda. I also read all your comments on our videos. Please continue to share your ideas about our content in the comments with us. Tell us in the comments what content you would like to see on the Pioneer channel. Let's start if you're ready. The Pioneer reports. The news that had emerged in recent days has caused great repercussion in the public opinion. The war between Russia and Ukraine continues to break new grounds. An area of the Russian-controlled territory more than twice the size of the California has become vulnerable to the Ukrainian drone strikes. In recent weeks, an increase in Ukrainian drones strikes on infrastructure and energy facilities in Russia has been reported. Kiev has not directly claimed responsibility for the attacks, but questions are being raised about Russia's air defense capabilities against Ukrainian bombardments. The offensive power of the Ukrainian army is achieving is becoming unsettling for Russians. Ukraine said to have increased its strike zone in Russia by more than 300,000 square kilometers, which is going to be 115,000 square miles since September 2023. More than 1 million square kilometers of the Russian territory is vulnerable to the Ukrainian military drones. In recent attacks, the Ukrainian army has also managed to intimidate Russia. Dangerous Ukrainian operations against the Russian army continue. Recently, for the first time, the Ukrainian army announced that it has struck the southern Russian city of Sochi. 2 days later, another drone struck the town of Tuapse, 70 miles north in Krasnodar region. Vladimir Putin's hometown St. Petersburg was hit by the Ukrainian drone before the first time in the middle last month, while another drone strike in Nevelsky Mazut oil refinery, despite reports that it was intercepted by an S-400 surface air-to-missile systems. Meanwhile, an attempted drone strike on Yaroslavl, a city located about 160 miles northeast of Moscow, was recently reported. Following these attacks, drones were fired for the first time towards Nizhny Novgorod, some 500 miles from Ukraine. Overnight on the previous day, a fire broke out at the refinery operated by Lukoil in the southwestern Volgograd region, 200 miles from Ukraine. The regional government, Andriy Bocharov, blamed Kiev for the attacks. As you can see, the attacks on the Russian energy and infrastructure facilities continues. The Ukrainian army's expansion of the attacks range will spread the war to the wider areas. The increase in the Ukrainian army's attacks fronts could even change the course of the war. The delicate balance in Russia's ability to manage its resources, energy and infrastructure systems must be highly secured as critical zones. There have been important developments for the Ukraine in recent days. These developments were met with sadness on the Russian side. because Ukraine continues to strengthen its power with new support packages. In addition, the statement made by President Volodymyr Zelensky caused great joy among the Ukrainian people. Zelensky stated that the two new air systems has introduced can't hit everything in the region. Ukrainian leader Zelensky said he could not give any details about the new air defense systems, but described them as a result of the reowned and for the month of the renewed tireless works of the various levels. The systems, which are said to be very important for Ukraine's defense, are being actively used. Kiev authorities continue to work to liberate Ukrainian territory and airspace from occupation. The new support package announced by the German government includes very important tools. The announced military support package includes 24 armored personnel carriers. Personnel carrier, which undertakes important tasks to transport soldiers on the front line, is a very important support. The package also includes missiles, 3 demining tanks, and 4 border protection vehicles. The demining vehicle is essential for cleaning miles in border areas. Continuing to support Ukraine, European countries have broken new ground. European Union High Representative Joseph Borrell made statements on this subject. The defense ministers of EU countries within the EU Military Assistance Commission, which supports Ukraine, took a new decision. According to the decision, the training of Ukrainian soldiers will be undertaken by the mission and the number will be increased. The development and strengthening of the Ukrainian army is causing worries for Russia. The tense and stressful environment in Russia is reflected in life. Russian authorities want their travel times to end as soon as possible. On the Ukrainian side, there is a desire to end the war as soon as possible and live in the free Ukraine. What do you think about the growth of the areas that the Ukrainian army can strike? Do you think that the Ukrainian army has arranged to carry out offensive strikes? Do you think that the Ukrainian army is getting stronger day by day? How do you assess the Ukrainian army's attacks on strategic structures? We value your opinion. Please share it with us.